Just recently, a Southern Miss alum was honored with a trial marker on campus to celebrate his achievements in the country music industry.
Also, later this week, you may need to prepare for a severe weather. Z. Gary will have your SMTV weather update.
Food insecurity has always been an important issue for Mississippians. But after a recent state government choice, many food banks are preparing for a tough summer season.
Then, later on in the show, we have a recap on scores of USM's latest softball and baseball games. These stories plus your SMTV Eagle interview.
SMTV News for March 13th starts now.
From the Chuck Scarborough Television Studio on the campus of the University of Southern Mississippi, this is SMTV News. News you can use.
Hello, USM. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kennedy Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox.
On February 25th, the University of Southern Mississippi recognized a legendary American guitarist, Lloyd Green, with a trial marker at the Marsh Hall Fine Arts Building on campus. After attending USM in the 1950s, Green went on to become one of the most recorded musicians in country music history with a whopping 116 #1 hit records.
Means a tremendous amount to the university. Lloyd Green was a student here in the mid-50s. It's positioned between our music industry building and our music building, and so generations and generations of future Southern Miss students can be inspired for what this man from a small town.
A few of the special guests who spoke at this occasion included President Joe Paul, Green's son Robin Green, American singer-songwriter Marty Stewart, Lloyd Green himself, and many more. Green was able to officially unveil his marker surrounded by family, friends, and other attendees. Guests were also able to sign a yearbook during their time there. Another anticipated goal of the trial marker is to attract tourists to Hattiesburg.
With so many businesses in Hattiesburg, it's easy to overlook the small-owned ones. I interviewed two women who have small Black-owned businesses, and they talked about what they have to offer the USM community. Hattiesburg is home to multiple small-owned businesses. And with Black History Month coming to a close and Women's History Month just beginning, it's important to highlight these Black-owned businesses and explore why it's important to support them.
If you are down on your luck, if you need services and resources, Sheen is not the one that's providing those resources to you. We're local, we are tangible, we are easily accessible, and so coming to our business to support us gives you a door to knock on when you're in need, and hopefully we'll be able to help you.
Daniela Terrell is the owner of 4 different businesses in the Hattiesburg area. Another local business owner, Kashonda Green, is the owner of Glamour Palace, a hair salon in Hattiesburg.
Welcome USM students, faculty, staff, anyone in the community to come out. Even if you want to just stop in and take a look and see if this is somewhere where you will be comfortable with receiving hair services. Like I said, myself and 2 other stylists are here, and our motto is a place where healthy hair comes first. So if healthy hair is one of your needs, then Glamour Palace will definitely be the place for you.
These business ladies hope that the community of Hattiesburg and USM will continue to support them, and in return, they will continue to support you. If you want to learn more or support these businesses, you can check out their websites, glamourpalace.net and beyondthebrokennessmws.com.
It's lovely to see that people are putting in impacts in Mississippi. Now, this next story, a call for artists has been issued right here in Hattiesburg to create a mural inside of the Public Safety Complex building. Stephanie Perez-Munoz has more.
The City of Hattiesburg has been awarded a $25,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts to create a new mural inside the Public Safety Complex. CEO of Visit Hattiesburg, Marlo Dorsey, explains how Hattiesburg was able to land this opportunity.
We were really pleased to hear that the city had applied for a grant with the National Endowment for the Arts, and we're thrilled when we heard that they actually received it to put a mural here at the Hattiesburg Public Safety Complex.
The mural will be named the Hattiesburg Way, which will be a 20 by 15 feet piece in the complex. Dorsey explains what they are looking for in artists.
We are looking for high quality professional work. That of course does not mean that students are not allowed to apply. If students have previous experience in large scale public art pieces, we certainly do encourage them.
Freshman Aubrey Sparkman has created some murals in Hattiesburg, including on campus. She explains how the mural will benefit Hattiesburg.
This was my first mural I ever did, and I was 16 years old. And it just shows that it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, you know, like this opportunity is open for everybody. And so, yeah, I think it's important for the city to also have it to let people know that the safety department is here.
If any artist wants to create a Hattiesburg way, you can visit hbergart.com to apply by Friday, March 21st. Stephanie Perez-Munoz, SMTV.
Coming up on SMTV News, find out why this summer might have the highest food insecurity rates in Mississippi.
Also, Z. Gary has your weather updates for this week. SMTV Weather Report is next.
The great thing about a hearing check? No one makes you drink weird stuff, or drills your teeth, or dilates your eyes. It's just soothing me time in a quiet booth. Then bam, you can do the happy dance, because you're all done.
Untreated hearing loss puts you at greater risk for depression and anxiety. So what's holding you back? Let's see a hearing professional and get those ears checked. And let's dance.
Hi, I'm Leland Melvin, and I traveled to space twice as a NASA astronaut. Space technologies help protect our precious Earth. Space helps us monitor changes in carbon emissions, track the pace of climate change. It even helps us fight natural disasters. Make sure that you get out to your local science museum or go to spaceforall.us to explore and learn about space and science. Space is for all.
Hi everyone, I'm Z. Gary, and here's your weekly weather breakdown. Thursday starts with mostly sunny skies, feeling more like spring with a partly cloudy 84-degree high and a low of a 60 degree. Now to your 6-day weather forecast. We see Friday is slightly cooler but still warm at an 82-degree high and a low of 68 degrees. Saturday keeps us humble with a 76-degree high and a 55-degree low. Since thunderstorms are expected, it'll be a good day to stay in and finally start those assignments you've been ignoring. On Sunday, the storms clear up and we get a mostly sunny forecast of 73 degrees and a 43-degree low. Monday brings us back to reality, but at least the weather is nice, a sunny 71-degree high and a 41-degree low. Tuesday is another beautiful day to round out the week, a 77-degree high and a 51-degree low. And finally, Wednesday is at a beautiful 81-degree high and a chilly 48-degree low. As for rain, the highest rain risk is going to be on Saturday, expecting thunderstorms. The lowest rain chance is going to be on your Monday, and the perfect day to be outside. The rest of the week stays under 25 degrees, under 25% rain chance, so you're mostly in the clear. Stay dry, stay hydrated, and may your professors cut you some slack. This has been Z. Gary with your SMTV News.
Thank you so much, Z.
Coming up later in the show, SMTV Sports has a recap of our Lady Golden Eagles softball season so far.
But up next, we have Kaylin Fox Thomas here to let you know what events are happening this week in our community.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything isn't everything. Even when you think things can never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk, they hear you.
Welcome back, USM. My name is Kaylin Fox Thomas with your community calendar update. Let's jump right in. Tonight, the Payne Center is hosting the Southern Miss Glow Run 5K. USM students can sign up for free online, and it is $10 for Payne Center and community members. Check-in and pre-race activities run from 5:30 to 7:15 p.m. and kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. On Saturday, the 15th, the final Screaming Eagles Guitar Fest concert will be hosted in Marsh Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. This event is free for all students and community members. Coming up next Tuesday, the 18th, there will be a business career fair hosted in Sienna Hall, Lock Commons from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. This can be a great opportunity for students to network and be recruited as interns or employees. Lastly, on Wednesday the 19th, SMAC presents Collab with CAB, the Office of Community and Belonging, where they will be hosting the latest release of Mean Girls. Students need their campus ID to attend this event, and I highly recommend wearing some pink. Well, that's all for your community calendar update. See you next time, Southern Miss.
Thank you, Kaylin. It's great to hear what events are happening in Hattiesburg. Each week, SMTV News partners with the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center to bring you stories on a wide range of topics impacting people and communities in Southeast Mississippi.
The center is based in College Hall on the USM campus in Hattiesburg, with news bureaus at the USM Gulf Park campus in Long Beach and at the state capitol in Jackson.
This week's story is about how for the second year in a row, Mississippi families who rely on summer food assistance will have to find other resources. The state chose not to opt into the federal SunBunks program, which could have provided millions for food aid.
As summer approaches, food banks and pantries are bracing for increased demand. Morgan Gill spoke with local organizations stepping up to fill the gap.
Food insecurity remains a pressing issue in Mississippi, one of the hungriest states in the nation. Feeding America reports nearly 1 in 5 Mississippians don't have enough to eat, and 1 in 4 children face hunger daily. Mary McMichael is an office manager for Petal Children's Task Force, a group that offers food assistance to less fortunate families. She sees firsthand how these statistics connect to real people.
I tell everybody it's feast or famine. We never know what we're going to have or when we're going to have it.
With summer around the corner, food banks are seeing increased demand. Frances Nixon, a social worker and case manager at the Salvation Army, says families are feeling the strain. The struggle is highlighted now for the second year in a row, now that Mississippi has declined the federal SunBunks program, cutting the state out of $38 million in food assistance.
We see that, the food prices has increased, and it is hard for families, to purchase food. What I have seen, especially with families with children, struggling and trying to make sure that their children are eating.
Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves declined to opt into the SunBunks program, saying he opposed expanding federal welfare programs. However, state officials cited a lack of resources as the reason for not implementing the program. As food banks work to bridge the gap, donations and support from local organizations are critical.
I do my best to shop for food in odd places, but anywhere that I can find them. I search sales papers. We have warehouses that we go to, but we cannot buy the food if we don't have the donations. We have to have money.
I'm Morgan Gill, reporting for the Roy Howard Community Journalism Center.
While federal-funded programs like the Summer Food Service Program continue to help, other nonprofits across the state are stepping in. To locate specific meal sites in Southeast Mississippi, you can use the Food Finder website or text the Summer Meals Text Service at 914-312-7744.
We have a special guest on our Eagle interview this week, later in our next newscast. But coming up next, we have SMTV Sports with Alvia Walker.
She has all the details on the upcoming softball and baseball games here at Southern Miss. SMTV Sports is after this.
I don't think I have ever seen like in U.S. media like this is how El Salvador celebrates Christmas.
There's a lot of great American holidays. Thanksgiving, Halloween, Arbor Day. But if I had to pick my number one, it would have to be Pie Day.
Right now it's about making sure those traditions are alive and we still get that happiness and I'll say more of nostalgia of what we miss back home.
Here we started celebrating it with the students and then we took some chance and we started celebrating it, and until now everyone loves celebrating it with us. So I think the community is a very good thing at USM.
What's going on, Golden Eagles? I'm your SMTV sports anchor, Alvia Walker. We have a lot of Southern Miss sports for you, so let's get right into it. Our Lady Golden Eagles softball team matched up against North Dakota State this past Sunday at the USM softball complex. The Lady Golden Eagles fell short in the match. Leading the charge offensively was Michaela Fox with 2 hits. The Lady Golden Eagles will travel to Statesboro, Georgia to face Georgia Southern on Friday at 5 p.m. The game will be on ESPN for those who can't attend. This past Tuesday, the men's baseball team faced the Texas Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros at Pete Taylor Park. The Golden Eagles won 3-1 against the Vaqueros. The player who guided the way offensively was Jake Cook with 4 hits. The Golden Eagles will be at Pete Taylor Park tomorrow facing Old Dominion at 6 p.m. The game will be streamed on ESPN Plus for those who can't attend. Last week, both the men and women Golden Eagles basketball traveled to Pensacola, Florida to compete in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. The Lady Golden Eagles dropped against Georgia Southern with a score of 70-59. The leading scorer was Malia Grayson with 16 points and 7 rebounds. The season has been a roller coaster for the Lady Golden Eagles, but I am excited for what they have cooking in the 25-26 season. The men's basketball team matched up against Coastal Carolina in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament last week. The Golden Eagles won their first game against Coastal Carolina with a score of 66-63, but lost in the second round to Georgia Southern. The leading scorer was Denaje Harris with 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. I am looking forward to what the Golden Eagles have in store for the 25-26 season. Our SMTV Player of the Week goes to Jake Cook. Jake Cook is an outfielder, and he had 4 hits for the win. Congrats, Jake Cook. This has been your SMTV Sports segment. I'm Alvia Walker, and as always, Southern Miss to the top. Thank you so much, Alvia. Up next on SMTV News,
we had an exclusive interview with a furry friend who you might have seen around campus. SMTV's Kaylin Morin brings us details after this.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. But how long will you fight solo? I wonder if you know that we can get help. Not wondering anymore. Love, your mind.
The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center, amplifying truth and combating false information across Southeast Mississippi, reporting what matters and giving control to the community. With our What is True hotline, we're fighting back against misinformation and disinformation, making sure our communities get the facts straight from the source. Through trusted journalism and a dedicated fact-checking process, we ensure every story is accurate and fair. The Roy Howard Community Journalism Center at the University of Southern Mississippi, reporting what matters through the Scripps Howard Foundation. Visit rhcjcnews.com.
This week's interview is extra special because it has insider details on the goals of a campus therapy dog.
Here's your SMTV Weekly Eagle Interview.
Hello, Golden Eagles, and welcome back to Eagle Interview. My name is Kaylin Morian, and I'll be your host. Today, we have two very special guests joining us. Her name is Melinda Lowry, and she's the owner of Sunday Sky. Hi, Melinda.
Hey,
how are you?
How are you? Good.
Thank you so much for being here with us. Very excited to have you and her.
It's good to be here.
Absolutely. So I wanted to kind of first sort of talk about, you as opposed to just being a therapy owner in general. So where did you grow up? What's your backstory? How did you become who you are today?
I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and I went to college there. I went to the University of Memphis. I have a background in insurance. My degree is in business, and so we moved to Baton Rouge. Finally ended up here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of have 2 kids, married.
Yeah, that's really, really awesome. What about like hobbies and stuff? What do you like to do in your free time?
My free time, I spend a lot of time with dogs. Also, I love to run. I like to run, hike. I love national parks.
Yeah.
So we do that quite a bit.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Yeah. Is any hobbies that you like to spend with doing yourself, like with your family, like involving Sunday?
Well, Sunday, unfortunately she didn't get to go to the national parks, but we do like to go like on hikes and everything. She likes to go, and we love taking her places,
Right.
just to be around the community.
Getting
that
to
sort of
see
thing.
her
Right.
like experience the world, enjoying
Right,
itself,
right. We really do. Yeah.
Absolutely. So moving on to like being a therapy dog owner, or a therapy dog in training.
Yeah.
What inspired you to want to become an owner?
Well, I mentioned that I'm from Memphis, and so Memphis has St. Jude, and we had a friend that treated at St. Jude, and so I came in contact with a therapy dog program that they had. That was a long time ago. It was when it first started back at St. Jude, and I just, in the back of my mind, I thought I would love to do that one day, and so that's kind of planted the seed, and then over the years thought about it more, and then in 2020 had the opportunity to get a dog and start doing it. So,
Absolutely. Yeah. Have you noticed any like real-time impacts of being going through this process like on yourself?
Absolutely. Like I have always had a little bit of social anxiety and that sort of thing, and the dogs do help. And they really do. And I think she and Cash, the previous dog, has just brought joy to my life. Just seeing everybody being impacted by the dogs, seeing how people, how people's moods change when they see the dog. So it's brought me joy in my life, more joy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just seeing her like
Right?
sit down, it's very joyful. So speaking of that joy, because we've got a lot of college campus students walking around us right now, what do you think the impact is on the campus itself and on them?
I see like just when students are walking around and they see Sunday, I see just it brings another aspect to the campus. It enriches the campus, is what I say. Just you'll see people just walking around doing their own thing, and then they'll see Sunday, and their moods are brightened. So I feel like having therapy dogs on campus, Sunday, Blaze, Reuben, it just has as it enriches the campus for the students.
Right.
So that they'll be walking around and they'll see them and they'll be, oh, you've made my day. And I just think it's a good thing that Southern Miss offers and lets us do this.
You can watch the full interview on our website, sm2media.com.
Thank you, everyone. Now, I gotta bring up, we're just coming off of spring break, and people are trying to get ready and get back in the swing of things. Gabby, how are you doing adjusting?
So far, I think I'm adjusting pretty well, but I have to say, I don't think spring break was long enough. Although I slept for most of it, I could use an extra couple days. What about you?
Honestly, I agree. I think I could have used some more days, but luckily we only have 2 months left, and then we can definitely finish out the semester strong.
Yes, that is right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching SMTV News. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe to the Southern Miss Student Media. You can also find us on Instagram at sm2.usm. If you would like to submit a news tip, email us at sm2news@usm.edu.
Also remember to pick up the latest copy of the Student Prince newspaper, available on locations across Hattiesburg. You can get SMTV News on demand, additional SMTV programs, and WUSM Radio anytime on our website, sm2media.com. That's it for SMTV News this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on our next newscast. I'm Kennedi Drake.
And I'm Gabby Cox, and always remember, Southern Miss
to the top.